Oh, I froze for a second. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, Real Estate Jerky Daily. It's Monday, November 17th.
Already?
I can't believe it. In 2 weeks, it'll be like Thanksgiving.
In 6 weeks,
And
it'll be like
it'll be like 10 days, right?
Christmas.
10, 11 days.
Yeah,
Less
right
than 2
around
weeks.
the corner.
Yeah.
I am kind of anticipating some cranberry sauce.
If you know any vets who need a place to go for dinner, I have a place for a couple people to go to actually sit down with the family and have a meal.
Good.
So reach out to me. Let me know if you know anybody who needs some help. And they have to be in Modesto. Wow, my Instagram's not going live today. What happened there?
Uh-oh.
It says I'm live, but it doesn't show I'm live over there.
Oh, but
I can't go live. It doesn't let me go live.
What?
Oh, well, let's just move on.
We'll see.
All right. So what do we always talk about on Monday? That's right. Nationwide
numbers. And do you have some?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It went down to 839,506, which is down another 2,736 nationwide houses. Wow. Yeah. And again, this has a lot to do with normal trends at this time.
Seasonal stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And also the fact that the market's kind of messed up.
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since for a while now. And really the question is this the new norm or is this something different?
I don't like norm. I don't like new norms. Just
the old norms.
Just be the way it was.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing constant about in this industry. If you don't like how today is, don't worry about it'll be worse tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like the weather in Denver. If you don't like the weather, wait 30 minutes. It'll change.
Yeah, but in our industry, it doesn't ever change for the better. It changes for the worse.
It's weird, and there's too many regulations, too many things tying people's hands. We just want to move about the country.
I know, but the one thing about the regulation, it keeps out a lot of the tech firms too, because of the fact that we can get around it, and all of a sudden they're sued, and
you mean this was illegal?
yeah, we tried that in 1997.
It's like the lender this last few weeks. It was like, look, I don't think we're going to be able to use the whole $6,000 credit to the seller or to the buyer from the seller. So why don't you just pay them out of escrow?
Where did you get this lender from?
The buyer's agent.
Yeah, and I'm he is no lender.
No, it was a she. I said, you know what?
Told you he was no lender.
I said that reminds me of a thing called mortgage fraud. I said, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, there's always a way to use up that money.
Yeah, I said,
lower the rate,
or hey, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get 3 years of home warranty,
or reimburse the appraisal that was already paid for.
Dude, there's things to do.
There's so many things to do.
And you know what?
The worst thing is when it comes back at the end after I already signed loan documents. Like one of the issues we had was HUD.
Oh,
they only allow non-reoccurring closing costs.
Right.
So that would be not interest, not taxes, not insurance, anything that's reoccurring that happens again. Home warranty is not included in that. No.
Yeah, it doesn't have to recur.
Right. So they didn't tell us in the beginning that the money that HUD gives you also pays for all of HUD's escrow and title fees too. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I think because of the fact we didn't know, the person lost out on $900.
Oh, well, ouch.
Still $900.
It is $900.
The listing agent and escrow should have known.
Yeah,
you would thought.
Well, here's the thing: is we agreed to $1,000, an additional $1,000 credit because there was one cracked tile on the ridge that the guy could see from the ground. The guy didn't do any inspections whatsoever on the house, none. He didn't have his clients do any inspections. He went off my AVID, which is an agent visual inspection disclosure addendum. He didn't do an AVID. He didn't.
Aren't you supposed to by law?
Well, yeah. You're supposed to. You're supposed to do a visual inspection.
I mean, NAR law.
Yeah,
not DRE law.
Correct. You're supposed to do a visual inspection. He said he did a visual inspection, and that's what he wrote down. Well, you got to replace the sinks.
He wrote down everything you said.
Basically, the two stained sinks. Remember those old cultured marble sinks that were a banjo top that were one piece?
No. Oh, okay.
So a banjo top is the top goes over the toilet. Yeah, it looks like a banjo. It's a sink in the cabinet, and then it goes over the back of the toilet. Well, those over time.
Gotcha. So it looks okay. So it's that little piece of tile, not tile, but
culture marble, yeah,
that goes behind it. So this is when the brand new house was built.
Right.
That is what the home housing place put in at the time.
Yeah, and so over time, if you have a leaky faucet, the chlorine and stuff in the water will stain or, lighten the area around the drain, which is what happened. And they're like, "Oh, you need to fix that." No, we'll give you $1,000 and you can do whatever you want to do later on.
Once you get that lime stuff, will that take that away?
No, no, it's
damaged.
It's not damaged. It's just the different color right there. It still works properly.
Is it darker or lighter?
Lighter.
Oh, okay, then
yeah, it's like bleached.
Gotcha.
So get all the
paperwork. What do you think that water's doing to us?
Oh, it's bleaching us on the inside. I think so. That's what happened to Michael Jackson. Anyway, get all the paperwork signed. Make sure that escrow and title has the additional credit. Make sure the lender has the additional credit. Make sure that the buyer's agent has the additional credit signed by both parties. And the lender didn't put it in. Just we agreed to a $5,000 credit at the beginning of the contract.
Right.
So it didn't put in the additional. So escrow and title called one of the processors or the underwriter or somebody and said, "Hey, this is what happened. I show the $6,000 credit on the seller side. I had the credit in there. For some reason, it didn't make it into your CD." He says, "It's not going to be a problem. Just we'll redisclose and we'll balance later. We don't have to do another CD. We don't have to do any of that stuff. It's not going to cost 3 days." And that's when the lender said, "Oh, this is going to take an additional 3 days." Well, guess what it did? They took an additional 5 days anyway, just because they couldn't get their crap together. Anyway, at close, I look at the seller statement. They used the entire $6,000 credit. Looked at the buyer statement. They got the entire $6,000 credit. But here's this lender saying, "Oh, you should pay that $1,000 out of escrow." I was like, "Oh my God, they'll just close and go away."
That's too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, what else you got?
Let's see. So this week we should have some numbers coming out later in the week. Right now, what do we have? We have the Empire State Manufactured Index. Empire State Manufacturing Index. It surged to 18.7% from in November. That's a bright spot, showing expansion. It was originally. Let me pull up the right stuff here. There's a market overview. Sorry, I have it in two different places.
Yeah.
And this is where I got. So was reported at 18 for November, which is a much better than the expectation of 6. So they thought there was it was going to be 6 for the month of November, and it came in at 18.7.
Wow.
So that's finally a surge.
That is finally a surge. Yeah.
Dow's down about 49. 10 years sitting at 4.12, up about negative about 2 basis points. The 30-year rates right now are just sitting flat. Nothing's changed on them because there's really nothing going on yet. Everybody's waiting on the tariff thing and a few other things that's out there right now.
When does that due in? Is that
could be a couple months? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be sometime here in November.
They met in November and talked about it, and that's when they were going. They had listen to the arguments. Now they go back and they sit on it, have parties, and and all those things. And then eventually we'll work on it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, let me bring up my update. The big thing is out there is everybody's talking about the assumable and portable mortgages that that FHFA talked about last week.
Well, they should talk about it.
Well, the problem is it's not going to happen.
Not going to work.
One of the reasons it's not going to happen is because especially the portable mortgages, because we already have the current mortgage industry is doing really bad because of what's going on. Could you imagine if they don't need you anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Only new people need you.
Yeah.
17% of the current people out there need you now.
Well, and in a portable mortgage, what does that do to the due on sale clause that's in most mortgages?
They're going to relook.
They're going to relook at it and say, "Oh, this part right here, we're going to redact it."
I don't know. That's the thing. Is they're looking at it. Everybody's talking about it. This is just those things that, this sounds like great, and then nothing happens.
You know what? After further review, we've decided that it's just not plausible.
No, I said the banking industry has a huge lobbyist, and they're going to go, "No,
yep,
we're not going to allow. We don't want this."
How big is he or she?
Pretty big.
They're huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, because they talked about assumable mortgages, which is on FHA and VA, and that didn't change anything the last downturn with those 2% or whatever, because people can't afford the difference.
You still got to make up the difference in cash.
And that's the same thing with the portable mortgages. My soon-to-be son-in-law, supposedly, he was like, no, I hear it's just the interest rate gets moved. I'm like, no, that's not how that would work. They're not going to go, you know what, we're going to forgive your mortgage and then here's your interest rate, just take it with you.
That's what would happen in a utopian world.
Well, the portable stuff comes from Canada. So do we have to go any further than that?
Oh, no.
And their whole economy is all messed up, and the real estate's all messed up. And it's almost like Europe when you go to buy and everything else. It's just because we don't want to go there. We want to stay where we are. The only place in the world where you can buy a house for 3% down, or FHA 3.5% down, or VA nothing down. We're the only place you can do that. Everywhere else needs a lot of money down.
And their homes stay on the market a long time.
Yeah, because the buyer has nobody paying their stuff. They have to pay.
They have to pay their side.
Correct.
To help them.
Yeah.
But
hold on, I'm not finished here.
Yeah, so I was just saying that's Canada. Oh, Canada.
The 50-year mortgage debate, I was just talking about this. Trump threw it out there, whatever, but badcredit.org. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Polls. Can you do our poll? Badcredit.org. What are you saying? I got bad credit? All right. So 54% of millennials are most open to this idea. Support falls along boomers at 29%. Politically, 54% of Republicans say they'll consider one versus 41% of Democrats, independents. Men are more likely than women to support an ultra long term. Where, men are supposedly uncommittal. So longer is uncommitting, I guess.
Yeah.
So what's the appeal? Lower monthly payments, double the interest. That's all it is.
Well, and is it really that much lower?
We went through the numbers.
I know.
In our area, it's about 150. We'll just average $150 difference, but you double
your
interest
paid over the years.
It's not like going from a 15 to 30, where on average it's $600 to $800 difference. That's if it did that. But you'd have to go to a 60-year for something like that, probably.
Yeah. Now, if it helps you qualify and gets you in the home, and then you're able to refi in 3 to 5 years or whatever,
right?
That's not bad. But how many people actually sit on their 30-year mortgage until they pay it off?
Well, hold on. How many people pay off the 30-year mortgage, the original one?
They don't.
How many?
7.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to find that number out because most people refinance, take cash out. People bought their houses 50 years ago, 60 years ago. They're coming to me for reverse mortgages, and they still have a mortgage on there. I don't understand it. And then like I've had a couple recently that really need it, and they can't because what the value is right now because of where everything is and people
and their mortgage amount.
Yeah, exactly. It's not huge, but the problem is where the numbers are. We're using, slow down numbers because we're not seeing a huge turnover right now, and things are slower. And especially Tuolumne County, people are like, I'm so nervous, I got to get out of here. And they're selling the stuff, and the new fire insurance and the cost and all that is causing issues. So when people go to look at what the value is, it's not as high as it should be, is what I'm trying to get at. So I told the guy, I don't want you to bring this one. Yeah. On Saturday, I talked to him. He'd have to bring in $8,000 to close the transaction. Yeah, but
on a reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
That's no bueno.
Well, no. Well, hold on. Okay, you make 10 months of payments, and you basically the mortgage is gone forever.
Really?
Well, it's just how you look at it. Think about it. It
hurts my head.
The whole purpose was to get rid of it because he can't. He doesn't want to lose out. But the question really is, well, you got to bring in money. Do you do it now or do you wait? I told him, let's just wait till March and see if things get better because values might go up. If not, because I didn't want to take his money, and I've had a couple of them like that where they're so close.
Well, and other people, that's the thing about you is other people would take his money.
Right.
And then he's not better off.
No, because he only had I don't want to take his savings because he needs that nest egg right now. I mean, and what it's going to save him per month. He can, it's only $2,400 for 6 months. You figure the numbers.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell you. What else? Let's see. CoStar rent report. Did you hear? They're putting in rent. What's that thing where you can't raise rents? Rent control in LA.
In LA. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, that's really, and they can only increase it by 4%.
Guess what they'll do? They'll increase it every time they can.
Well, they'll leave.
Yeah.
They're going to start. They still got lots they can't build on. They have things that is such a mess. Please do stupid things more like that. So that we can get some things changed.
Well, they are. They are. They think they're protecting the tenant, but they're actually harming them.
Yeah. CoStar released their multifamily rent report. Shows that rents fell 0.3 in October, and they were only up 0.8 year over year. The annual increase is about half of what is reported this time last year, and the decline in rents over the last 3 months are some of the largest they've seen in 15 years.
Yeah, these aren't the tents that are on the sidewalk.
No,
right?
those are free tents.
Those are free tents.
Yeah,
okay,
not 2 tents.
Free? Is it free?
Yeah, 3 tents. Get it?
Yeah, I do.
So these things this goes into the CPI report, the PCE report that all looks at inflation. This week we have tomorrow and Tuesday, National Association of Housing Building. NAHB. Well, and there's no A after this. NAHB Housing Market Index is on Tuesday. Wednesday's mortgage applications, 20-year auction, Fed minutes from the October 29 meeting. Thursday, September jobs report and existing home sales. And hopefully the BLS will come out this week too.
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
But the problem, it'll be a month behind.
Yeah, or 2.
Yeah, a couple of them. I know I had a few other things to talk about. They're talking about the real housing headwind. Job growth has stalled at the top. New data shows that housing demand is slowing, not just from high rates, but from lack of growth in high-paying jobs. Sectors like information technology, financial activities, and professional services. Everything that AI is attacking.
Oh,
I added that last part in.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
and you caught my attention.
Yeah, and then domestic migration is also slowed, where people aren't moving, except if you're in New York, they're all leaving. They're going to Florida.
Domestic. Yeah, all going to Florida or Arizona.
Yeah, somewhere else. But I mean, most of them will go to Florida over there. Not Arizona's problem is water. You don't
they didn't have any.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You want to hear a sentence that makes you go, huh?
Sure.
Are you ready? Do you have any more reports?
No, I'm just looking. They're looking. NAR had a whole thing came out. Maybe you can talk about what their planning is for the future.
I'll have to read it first.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Not today.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up later today and read it.
The other thing is HUD is making a huge change to homelessness.
What are they going to do?
See, because first of all, they're using the right word, not unhousedness.
The unhoused.
I was at a meeting on Friday about people.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Stuff. Pretty good. But one of the people were like, they said unhoused. It's like, no, okay, we're veterans. We don't say that.
Yeah, stop it. Just call it what it is.
Dramatic policy change. HUD is drawing bipartisan backlash because what it's doing. The Trump administration plans to redirect funding from permanent housing to short-term shelters linked to treatment and employment. $3.9 billion in competitive grants announced. This was tight deadlines. Basically, what they're doing is they're no longer giving them long-term housing. They're going to have to get treatment, get employed, and go get their own place.
Okay.
Because we're so mean. This is going to change, could displace over 170,000 people. Since most of the grants have last. 42 state Senate Democrats warn this could be harmful and potentially illegal. Over 20 House Republicans also urged caution, but then they also, that they actually have to everybody on SNAP has to reapply if they want to continue on because of the fraud.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is funny how we find these things and nobody, wants to fix them. But there were so many TikToks and stuff about all this extra food they got. Grandma called and she got all this other extra double money today.
Double money or double food?
Well, she double money, so they went and bought double food, and now everybody in the family has extra food.
And now they have weight loss issues.
No, they always had that.
So can I read this sentence?
Go ahead. Read your sentence.
Okay, it says housing affordability, and then there's an asterisk or a star next to it. An asterisk. I just wanted to make sure people understood what I'm saying. And it says percentage of households who can afford medium-priced homes. So housing affordability, that's the topic, is expected to remain stable at 16% next year after slipping to a projected 16% in 2024 from 17% in 2023.
That sounds weird.
It does.
First of all, when 44% of the people in California can afford a home.
Right.
That's different than what you just said.
Yeah, this is according to California Association of Realtors, and I don't know. I can't see when this article was written.
They probably right after they got done.
Oh, September 25th. Oh, geez. Never mind.
What year? No.
They wrote it in September 25th of 2024.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're
Get
projecting
some really good news there.
They're
Can you stay up on
projecting
the news stuff?
Yeah.
I knew they had stopped by and got gummies right before they wrote it.
Well, then it says September 25, a more favorable interest rate environment that will loosen up the lock-in effect and improving housing inventory will encourage buyers and sellers to return to the market to boost both.
So what you're repeating is what they said in 24, how 25 will be.
Yeah. And then they wrote it in 25 and said, hey, it's not that way.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Right.
We didn't have this amazing lowering in interest rates that we expected. The whole survive until 25 is not working for a lot of people.
Yep. I agree with that.
You're starting to slow down. So am I.
Yeah.
All right. Let's call it a day, shall we?
Yeah. The internet is lagging.
Well, it's got to be the weather.
Yeah.
All these lines and all those fibers not in the ground. It's up on the power lines.
In the air.
Yeah.
All right. You make it a great Monday. Go out there, sell something. I have a listing at 202 Hackberry and one at 618 Brady. Sell those. I'm happy to sit down with the sellers and work some out.
All right. Make it a great day. Thanks for being here.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.